What's up, YouTube? First and foremost, shout out to all my subscribers. Run those likes up and drop those comments. It really does help out. Even if you don't know what to comment, a smiley face, a hi, or a wave really helps push my content out, and I would appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. We're growing every single day. I can't wait till I get to 1,000 or more subscribers so I can go live and talk to all of you. And it's, I'm excited. It's gonna be cool as hell. But I'm gonna jump straight into this this video just to let you know I am homeless. This is the first time you're watching my content. I am homeless. I do live in my car. I have other videos on here that will explain why I'm homeless and everything else. So if you like this content, subscribe, check the other videos out. Jumping straight into it is when things don't go to plan. Very rarely do things ever go to plan. You have a plan for plan A, a plan for plan B, a plan for plan C. You know what I'm saying? Always being able to adapt and overcome. Keep the goal in mind, and you change your strategy. There's a lot of things you don't know until you try it, right? So the biggest thing is just always taking a step in the right direction. So like, I don't put off stuff. I don't put stuff off that I can do tomorrow if I can do them today. That's how I am, and I always try to see things very positive. I don't, if it's a setback, I look at it as it's a setback for a major comeback. You know what I mean? And it doesn't always work like that. Everybody has their bad days. I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is. You know what I'm saying? But don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. But this is what I generally try to do. So 80-90% of the time, I'm always positive. I'm always adapting, always trying to overcome things, and I do come up with plans. I've had some plans in the past, work out, nearly perfect, or it worked out really great, or the results were better than than what I expected, right? But they've been few and far between. You know what I'm saying? But when things don't go to plan, like when I started living in my car, I planned to save more money than I thought. Okay, without rent, I can save more money. It didn't work out that way. It's going to, though, because that's what my plan is to save money. I don't want to just survive. I want to thrive. You know what I'm saying? But I had my initial thoughts and my initial plans were I'd be able to save more money, but things I didn't know, like hey, at night it gets really, really cold. So I'm in winter time. I'm gonna have to run my car and idle it longer. I have to have that heat going on. Below 30 degrees, you could freeze to death, man. And I'm not, anything under 30 is really, really cold. I thought that me having double up on my sleeping bags, I have a 30 degree and then I have a 40 degree. Using both of those, I thought, oh man, that should definitely carry me underneath the 30s. Well, yeah, probably surviving, but it's so cold and so miserable that I can't sleep very well. There's people, I'm fortunate, I'm in my vehicle, so it does protect me from like rain and like some elements like that, and I'm able to turn my heat on, so I'm very thankful. But everybody's different. Everybody has preferences. Everybody has a different like what annoys them or what bothers them type of situation. I planned on getting more healthier, like losing more weight. Unfortunately, that's not what the case is, right? High sodium food, man. This is processed food. I'm eating out of cans. I don't have, if I open a big can of something, there's no, oh, I'll put this away and I'll eat it later. No, I'm having to finish everything that I open because I'm not a wasteful person. There's people that live in cars that have refrigerators. I am not one. There are people that live in cars that have solar power. I am not one. Would it be nice to get solar power? Yeah. Refrigerator, I don't think I could get one to fit in here without like sacrificing the belongings I have, or removing a seat or something like that. I'm not too big on that. It would be nice to be able to save food and stuff, but having solar power and then actually being able to use an air fryer would be more healthier. And that is something that I maybe I'll get a sponsorship when my YouTube gets big enough and somebody wants me to review one of their products, or maybe I get this monetized and I make enough money where now I can go ahead and get that. Those are my game plans, and those are those are things that I'm putting myself in a position of to being able to receive opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, if you do want to bless me, if you want to show me some love, my Cash App will be in the description. It's the same name as my YouTube name, AlienAscend. Not on here begging. Just if you want to show some love, cool. If you don't, no problem. So with that being more healthier, I thought I'd be able to go on walks more. Like walking around and exercising. Excuse me one second. Where I stay at is in the hood, man. I stay in the hood because cops aren't going to come there and tell me to leave. that's basically, you know, the employees are not going to kick you out, you know. Speaking of that, yeah, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I would love to show you guys, but it, you know, at the truck stop somewhere I sleep at, and stories I want to get into. Like, there's I love making content for YouTube, right? I make, if you take a look, every day I'm posting a new video, and it's long form content, right? And the support system on here has been awesome. That's something that, you know, I didn't expect when I first started doing a little bit of YouTube and stuff. I didn't expect for, you know, like that. Wait a minute, this is like a support group, man. This is really cool. I didn't know, you know, I was just throwing a video of, you know, some stuff I saw at the truck stop, or just, you know, some thoughts I had, you know, and I saw, wait a minute, I got some subscribers. I wonder, you know, let me do some long form content on and put some value and add and stuff like that. And hey, it would be cool to get this monetized one day. Hey, this would be cool to grow it from, you know, to a really big audience. 1 second. But at the same time, there's a lot of content that I want to make that I can't put on YouTube. So I did make a Patreon, and I've tried advertising my Patreon, like, by letting you guys know. I have, you know, as you can imagine, my YouTube channel's, you know, quite small compared to a lot of people. I think I'm doing great. I see the progress in it. However, nobody's joined my Patreon, and there's the kind of content I want to put on there is stuff that I can't put on YouTube, man. And you know, that's something that I thought once I make a Patreon, you know, because I have 350 subscribers, I thought, hey, you know, if I make a Patreon, maybe 50 or 100 of them will come join the Patreon. And you know, I guess I bit off more than I could chew. I was hoping for that to happen. Quite frankly, nobody joined it yet. And I have a hard time making videos if there's not going to be an audience. So some people start joining my Patreon. I'll make the videos. I already have a video on there. But if, you know, even if I just got one person join the Patreon, I would go ahead and start, like, now I got somebody who actually paid some money to see this content. I'll go ahead and I'll start doing it right then and there. So that's something I had planned. I thought, you know, with 350 subscribers, that, you know, 50 to 100 people would join it. That's not the case. I got to still go ahead and be like, okay, I need a bigger audience on YouTube. I need to, you know, continue doing what I'm doing to grow on YouTube, and I need to keep, you know, thanking you guys for your support. And it's awesome, man. You guys are awesome. As far as I'm concerned, I don't get any bad comments because you take your time to write something, and 99% of it is all positive. I also reply to 99% of my comments, man. I don't get it when somebody's got a huge channel and they've made it publicly known that they don't check their comments, or that their comments are too overwhelming. I will develop a system. If I had, let's say, for example, 1 million subscribers, I will develop a system where I read everything you write. If you took the time to write something to me, I'm going to take the time to read it. And I'm going to respond to, you know, maybe you can't respond to 1 million people, but reading it and, you know, hitting a like button on there, or talking about it, or, you know, something. Maybe, you know, I will develop a system for that. The same thing about when somebody goes live on YouTube. When they go live on YouTube, you know that they got, you know, 3,000 to 4,000 or maybe more people in their live. Your comment is not going to be read. You know, it's too fast for them. They read the comments where somebody's throwing a donation and answering a question then, and, you know, so that's their system. My system, I'm going to read and reply to everybody, and I'll develop a system to do that, man. You know, but I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. You know, so I thought that I'd be able to lose more weight when I eat at friends' houses and stuff like that. I overeat, man. I don't know when the next good meal I'm gonna get is. I'm not. If you put a big bowl of mashed potatoes and you got some meatloaf that's home cooked, one my friends made, and they invited me over to have it, or they all know my situation. So from time to time they'll say, hey, you want to come over for dinner or lunch? I'm making this for dinner. Would you like me to put a plate away? Which is really, really nice. And I say, of course, yes. I ate that, and if I'm sitting there at a dinner table, I'm not a slob or I'm not impolite or anything like that. But if they say, eat as much as you want, I'll most likely end up eating all of it. I'm just gonna be honest. Was I like that before living in my car? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was skinnier. I didn't eat as it's because it's a scarcity. right? So that's something I didn't plan for. But now that I know what I'm dealing with and stuff, now I can go ahead and plan on rectifying those situations. You know, my willpower of knowing, hey, wait a minute, don't eat that much. Or, you know, me trying to find a system of like, hey, I know that these cans of raviolis don't fill you up, and they're filled with calories and sodium and, you know, the processed food. They're not good for me. You know, they're not good for anybody. You know, yeah, you can live off of them, but, you know, what kind of quality of life? I mean, I'll probably get fucking diabetes eating this shit as long as I have been, you know? But, you know, now that I know that stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust it, right? So yeah, when things don't go to plan, they're not gonna go to plan. Plan for it to not go to plan, and then plan for you to being able to adapt and overcome with that stuff, right? Adapt and overcome, and then you come up with a new strategy for your goal. So my new strategy is, okay, I know that, you know, when I'm calling it in for the night and I'm parking at a truck stop or rest area, I'm about to go to sleep, that I know that, you know, I'm most likely I'm not going to exercise and walk around that place. It's not safe. You know, it's unnecessary risk. So what am I going to do during the day before going there? I'm going to go ahead and stop somewhere. I'm going to go on a walk, and I don't need New Year's to start New Year's resolutions. Of course, I'm going to do some for New Year's, but I'm going to go ahead and you know, I'm not going to put off what I can do tomorrow that I can do today. So doing that, I really need to develop a system of where I can cook or have that, you know, access to cooking just a little bit of food, and that it's healthy. So let's say, for example, I'd like to eat 1 pound of ground turkey, lean ground turkey a day. That would probably almost get me to enough protein that I'm supposed to have. You know, you're supposed to have 1 gram of protein per body weight. If I ate 1 pound of ground turkey and it was extra lean, you know, like 97%, whatever it is, 91% lean, that would help me out a whole lot. That would save me money instead of cans of raviolis, and make me more healthier. And then I start walking. You know what I mean? Start grooving it in. I thought that I could make more money by staying, you know, by living in my car, and I couldn't afford my rent, so I had no choice. You know, I mean, I know people say, oh, homelessness is a choice. To some people, sure. If somebody's in a natural disaster, did they ask for Hurricane Katrina to wipe away their livelihoods? And yeah, maybe the government or somebody stepped in to help, but how long did they have to wait before that happened? And was it, you know, was it right? No. So there you go. There's an example of what happens. You know, everybody thinking it's a choice. It's not. And also thinking, hey, just get a job. Over 50% of the homeless people, there was a report, between 40 and 60% of homeless people in America actually do work. There's a lot of people that I see that work, man, and I hear them getting up and ready to work early in the morning. You know, I do the same thing. You know, I wake up and get myself ready inside of a truck stop. I go ahead and shave, brush my teeth in there, I use the bathroom, go to my car, set my car up, because my car at night is set up different than day. At night, I pull down the seat and I lay all the way in it, and I have my, you know, half my body is in the trunk, half my body is laid across the seats, and then I have my sleeping bags. I have, you know, a couple blankets. The blankets are my pillows, and then if it's too cold, those blankets now become, you know, extra warmers. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I had planned on saving money and stuff like that, so I didn't think in my head when I became homeless that I was going to start a YouTube and stuff like that. That kind of just happened. Now that I'm getting momentum, and now that I'm building up, and I think I need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. I'm not too sure where my watch hours are at right now, but I know that I'm at 350 subscribers. That's almost 40%. I'm almost 40% there. You know, with you guys' help and support, and if you guys share this stuff, I'll get there quicker, and then I'll be able to monetize it. I'll be able to go live and talk to you guys, and that's the, you know, really important. You know, really important to me. So maybe I'll get it monetized, and that'll help me with saving my money and you know, making more money. You know. If my Patreon does well, that's another thing. I'm, you know, that's another line of it. I have some stuff that I've worked on merch. Nobody's bought that. I really think the problem is that you guys got to see me a little bit longer, and my audience needs to build up. You know, maybe people who sell merch and stuff like that, you know, they need, you know, over 1,000 subscribers or a few thousand. Maybe for Patreon, you know, the people just need a little bit longer time to be subscribed to me before they make that choice. And that's totally okay. I'm okay with grinding and, you know, staying vigilant and posting out of videos and, you know, working on my content. It's no problem. See here, what else? Yeah, plan to adjust, change your strategies, Don't give up on your goals. The only way that you really can fail is by stop trying or not trying at all. Sometimes, you know, you got to remember what your why is. Why are you doing this? Like, why am I trying to save money? Because something could very easily happen to this car, and I'm living on the streets, and I do have a tent. I actually carry it around just in case something should happen to my car. I have a tent that maybe I can go ahead and pop somewhere, you know, do some stealth camping. I used to camp during the summer times too. I camped at bandos in people's like abandoned backyards. I've also camped in some forest areas and shit. Those ones I didn't like that because there was chiggers everywhere and they ate the crap out of my ankles. But summertime, that's what I tried to do to save money. Is instead of running my air conditioner and all that stuff, I stayed outside. I stayed outside of bandos. During this winter, I actually have a couple videos where I stayed inside of a bando, and I believe it was either 15 or 19 degrees at night, and I didn't have the money to run my car, so I went into a bando and brought my equipment and slept in there just like that, you know. So having a car doesn't mean that I always sleep in it. I'll sleep in a bando. I'll sleep outside. I'm you know, that stuff is not beneath me. I've even talked about where you can go, you know, find bandos, fresh ones. You know, like I don't want to go into a bando that everybody and their mom knows about, and that it's been an abandoned house for over 20 years, and there's graffiti everywhere, and youngsters go there and they party and they look for homeless people to beat the shit out of. You know, I'm not interested in those. I'm interested in the ones that you don't know that it's a bando. It just, you know, it just got foreclosed on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let's see here. I think I covered quite a bit, but stay with me here. The video's not over yet until I say it's over. You know, let's see here. Yeah, I think that almost about covers it. I know that I'm not supposed to say, you know, that about covers it because I want you guys to watch all the way till the end. I asked that you check out my other content. I asked that if you can spare something, you know, throw me something on my Cash App. It would really help out. Oh, that's something that I wanted to talk about. You know, I planned, you know, I was planning to stay in a hotel that actually had a kitchen at a place called, they're called extended stays, and they have like a kitchen and a full refrigerator. I planned on working real hard this whole week, staying out here longer, you know, taking all these orders, hoping that somebody, you know, people would join my Patreon so I could make some more money. People would send me some donations. I haven't had I've only gotten 2 donations, and those were literally about 2 weeks ago. So I haven't gotten anything. I was planning on all that stuff, and I was hoping to stay into a hotel for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then the day after, and you know, one that would help me sleeping in a bed and you know, making food and staying healthier. It would actually give me an opportunity to go ahead and work on more YouTube content and more Patreon content. However, this whole week of working hasn't been very well. Evidently, people, you know, they don't have it. You know, I make money by people tipping. You know, so a lot of offers I've been getting this whole week have no tips. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go to Taco Bell and pick up, you know, your food and drive there, you know, which is 3 miles, then drive another 7 miles to give it to you for $3. I know that you really want the food, and I would love to give it to you, but I have to make a living here too. You know what I'm saying? So not many people are being generous. Maybe it's because they overspend on Christmas, or maybe they're in financial struggles themselves. But I thought around this time that people would be more generous with tipping. You know, it's I know that if I was to order food, and you know, if I was in a position, I've always tipped. You know, and you know, so I planned on people tipping. They're not doing it. So what am I doing? I'm having to sit out here and you know, go through my offers. I'm hoping that, you know, by putting the content out, will get me monetized at you know, at some point. I'm hoping that, you know, somebody could be generous and throw me something on you know, my Cash App. I'm you know, but so I planned for all that stuff, and quite frankly, I don't believe it's going to happen. But it's okay, you know. I'm not starving to death. I'm not out here begging. I'm you know, applying myself and staying vigilant and staying strong. In time, it will, man. You know, that's how that works. I'm not looking for immediate results. Immediate results would be nice. I'm not gonna lie. You know, there's some people that say enjoy the journey more. I would much rather, you know, be doing great right now than struggling and having to grind. I much rather. But I know that I'm realistic. Things take time. You know, you have to apply yourself. You have to, you know, stay consistent. And that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. And I thank you all for rocking with me. I'm not going to give up on my goals. I have some goals. I'll be doing some videos, you know, for New Year's, you know, Christmas Eve, you know, all that.